Metamorph, This is Space, 1999, Season 2, the dreaded Season 2. I've never seen any of these before. I'm watching it for the first time on Blu-ray. That is going to affect the artistry score, of course, because the Blu-rays are looking fantastic. The effects in this show in general are amazing, probably the best out of my classic shows, which I love, of course, Doctor Who, of course, Star Trek. I think it's probably the best of these for me. Easy. I think it's an easy answer to say this is my favorite looks wise, but we're going to do this in order. So we're going to talk about the storyline first. Brian Blessed returns as this alien character, and we have Maya, first appearance of Tony. Noticeable absences, of course. Paul is gone. He was a good character, but Victor is gone. Kano is also gone, which I would have pronounced his name Kano, but it is Kano. He's gone. But Victor is gone, and it's a very sad day because Victor was the best. I love Victor. He's my favorite character. Easy answer. Victor's the best. Overall, season 1 was an amazing show, like 10 out of 10, the whole season. If you've been following along, of course, I've been giving individual scores, and I've been doing these individual scores based on the series against itself. So you have your top tier ones and your bottom tier ones. But even a bottom tier season 1 episode is still better than, 90% of all other television. I love Space 1999. All right. Season 2, never seen it before. First time watching it. Let's talk about it. I'm going to give the storyline a 1. 1 out of 2. So 1 means it was okay. So basically what Brian Blessed and his daughter Maya they're on this planet. They can morph. She can morph into literally, it seems like anything. So can a lot of the stuff on his planet as well. So ships can become these energy fields, and there's mist and mountains and stuff. So it's pretty crazy. Everything is run through this sort of mind computer. It's a computer that's fueled by brain power. So there was something similar in Star Trek. Remember the Spock's brain episode, which I actually thought was really cool. So I actually like this story. The reason I'm not giving it a 2 out of 2 full score is that I felt that after that initial maybe 20 minutes of introduction, figuring out what was going on, it then became we just have to escape from this guy because he's crazy. And he wants to suck all of our brains dry and turn us into mindless zombies that work in his mines, which is fine. I'm all for that. It's a great fun sci-fi episode, but Space 1999 typically for me had a little bit more science fiction and just slightly less of the fantasy elements of the escapisms and sort of the serial elements of a Star Wars, where it's it's very defined. Star Wars was defined. Darth Vader's the bad guy. That's it. We got to defeat him, defeat the Emperor, and get out, right? So it's not as complex. It was a very interesting idea in the beginning, but then it concluded with just a normal, let's get out of here. The pacing, however, is a 1.5. I thought the pacing was actually very good on this episode. I didn't find it boring at all. And I think one of the changes of season 2 was to make it a bit more exciting, but I actually prefer the slower pace. If the story is good, I like slow pace just to get you involved into what's going on and to allow you to think about what's happening. Something like Andromeda Strain, both the book is great and the movie, I kind of think of that, or the motion picture, like Star Trek, the motion picture, which is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece for me. Anyway, but the pacing was very good here. So there's that. Let's talk about the artistry, which I'm giving a big time 2 out of 2. Everything looks great in this episode. Very stylized. Their outfits are a little bit different. Now, I'm not sure. My score of 2 out of 2 is to say that it looked amazing. I'm not sure if I prefer it to season 1, though. I kind of like the 2001 A Space Odyssey look and feel of that season 1, where it's very scientific. There's not a lot of cool shit around like here, right? It's just very it's dull, but kind of interesting dull. This one, they've really jazzed it up. So it's going to take a little bit of getting used to, but it looks cool. Like, that's for sure. Like it, and the effects on the planet look awesome. They do a pretty good job with her transformations, Maya's ability to morph or whatever. Kind of neat. Like they kind of zoom in a little bit and then it gets fuzzy and they zoom back and she's morphed, or they zoom into her eye and then her eye becomes the vision of what she's going to transform into. That's kind of neat. The makeup is good. I guess we'll talk about characters next. For the characters, I'm going to give it a 1.5. Why am I not giving it a 2? Well, okay, I love your standard people. I'm glad that Sandra's there. Obviously, Koenig. All of your returning cast members, I love them. So that's it, Alan, all those guys. New cast members, we have that blonde lady who's like the wife. She was kind of irritating. I had zero use for her. Tony, who you see pictured in my backdrop here, I don't know. I don't understand why he's there and why it couldn't just been Paul. Like surely Paul could have done the same things, or even Victor could have been there. But I guess I'm assuming based on the photo that I found here, they're going to become an item. These two, perhaps. I don't know. I'm watching this kind of first time. So I couldn't, and he's okay. Well, I have to see, Maya. I actually really like Maya, but I do not like her like widow's peak makeup and her like, I don't know what the heck happened. It makes the actress look weird to me. I've seen her in other movies. She was in an episode of Persuaders. She was in a season 1 episode of Space 99, and she is attractive, but they gave her this weird makeup and it just makes her look weird to me. Like I don't like any of it. It doesn't look pretty. I guess it doesn't matter, but like it's just weird to me. I like her character. She seems very fine, and we'll see how she progresses. She didn't know her father was a liar, which I guess I could buy because he's keeping it from her, and she's just aloof. Oh, everything's great, So she's going to obviously mature as the series goes on, but I just don't like the makeup on her. I'll get used to it, I guess. If they just didn't have the widow's peak and these sharp points here, it just looks so weird to me. It's not pretty. It's not a pretty makeup. So. Enjoyment factor, I'll give it a 1.5. I actually like this episode. It was a lot of fun. I do like Brian Blessed. He didn't ham it up. He didn't go super full like he normally does, but still really good. I really liked him a lot. He looked cool, that's for sure. So I'm giving it a 7.5. I think this one was better than a couple of the bottom tier episodes of season 1, but it's not anywhere near the mid and high levels of season 1. So let's see where season 2 goes to. Guys, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out the playlist. Thanks for watching.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.